so I've got Simon Lewin. He was national champion in '93. I just had to remind him, he thought he won in '92, but he was actually in '92. But he did lead in the belt, so we'll give him credit there. And Alex Rowe, who was national champion in 2013. What year did you graduate, Simon?
1989.
And Rowe?
2010.
So let's go through your PBs. Simon Lewin, you ran 147.06 twice. I mentioned that to you by note. And 340.2 for the 1500. And Alex, as we all should know, is the equal Australian record holder. It's around 144.40 and 47.41 for one. I should remember this, I think, and 346 for 1500. So let's go through. I think the first time I ever saw Simon run was against Mark Holcomb. Must have been 1989 APS. Again, Louis was leading. As I don't know, some of you people here would remember Mark Holcomb. He was a talented junior, and a lot of the races people let Mark win, did him challenge him. This first race I saw Simon run, he was giving Mark a run for all his money, and I think he was still leading with about 50 to go. And Mark ran up onto his shoulder and probably thought he was going to breeze by, but not this day. Louis tried to hold him out as much as he could, and I think Mark just beat him on the line. So tell me about your high school running, and maybe talk about the difference between when you were at St. Kevin's and what you see at St. Kevin's now.
Yeah, my high school running, I always had a talented Caulfield guys to beat. We always thought we had it covered, and bought a new one a couple of weeks out maybe. Yeah, I sort of blind by running my football. I loved my football back then. Still love the Swans. And year 10 was that first time I raced those guys, and I ended up winning that race. And then the following year, year 11, it was a very tactical race, and I ended up third or fourth for that. Anyway, I remember just after that going, next year I'm just going to be so fit, I just can't lose, so just go to the front, just lead all the way. I just remember doing so, and then I held against this Mark Holcomb, who was actually called junior record holder at the time. At the time my PB was 154, and on that day around 151, got Berkey's record. The only record of Berkey's I got no one. But back then it was like, we didn't go that well at sport in St. Kevin's, and so if you even made the final with the champion of the school, so it was good and bad. Got a lot of accolades, but these days you don't get top two years for the once the pack. But it's just amazing how the culture of St. Kevin's with the athletics. There was high expectations, but there's also a great spirit of culture amongst the kids. They all seem to love it. They all thrive on it.
And Rowe or Alex, your last race at APS, again, similar story where you talked up going for the record, probably for the whole athletic season. You rocked up on the day, it was terrible conditions, raining, windy, and yet you still went for the record. And probably very similar to the race Simon, you led all the way and had someone sitting on your tail and you got past you at the end there. Do you want to talk us through that race?
Well, I guess Justin probably already spoken through most of it just then. But I guess I can elaborate more on what followed after this. So essentially, went to the front, led the whole way, and then got out and kicked. We both went under the APS record, but someone got there before me. So for me, I guess it was very tough to take because. I guess I had expected that I would do it, and I think a lot of other people had expected that I would do it. With most other races, you can pack up, leave the track and go home, whereas that day I still had another, I think, 2 events to go. And so to actually do a proper pull down and actually get myself up for the next race was quite difficult. But at the end of the day, it's just I guess another learning curve, and just something that made me a bit more resilient, because I know that when I get knocked back, I almost feel like that's motivation to go forward with more pace.
So in '92, Louis came 4th in nationals. You were just a 20-year-old. Louis turned 20 in January. So he was quite young in those nationals. He came 4th, but then the next year he came back a better athlete. and you won. Do you want to talk us through that race in '93?
It's a while ago now. Yeah, I just remember that race. My mate medal was Barry Akers and Rinaldi was in the race actually. Yeah, I just remember similar to sort of my school days. We often had my measure, and I just remember that race. I was so proud for it. Mentally, I was just so prepared and just couldn't handle losing it. So I remember at the bell, I took off in quite windy weather and ended up running my lifetime PB. 7:06 to win the race. And first person I spoke to was Berkey on a mobile phone, which was quite rare in those race days. Mobile. But no, I remember the 3 days before Nationals and track was closed, we ended up down at Box Hill and I rang Berkey, I don't know what to do, what session, and whatever he gave me was perfect. So certainly assisted on the day.
And Rowe, you were national champion in 2013. Do you want to talk us through that race?
Yeah, so for me to, I guess, win the national title in 2013 was big because going backwards from that, in 2011 I had 2 stress fractures, which left me in a position where I questioned whether I wanted to do the sport anymore because it's not fun to get injured. So 2012 was a year which I didn't run so well, but I remained injury-free. So going into 2013, I guess off the back of that, I hadn't had a good performance, a real good solid run, for maybe 3 years. So I guess I questioned whether or not I could win. But I guess I put myself, luckily put myself in the right position. No, I didn't. In the first 200, I put myself last. I put myself in the right position at the end of the race, but no, I put myself last, and I guess one thing that I do well is that when I'm in the wrong position, I don't panic, and that I just try to assess my options and bide my time. So slowly but surely, I made my way up through the pack. With 200 to go, I was about 3rd or 4th, and I remember about 150 to go, there was an opening to go wide, and I did take it, and I stuck on the rail, and then after that opening closed with 130 to go, I was boxed in, and then finally with 60 to go, I realised that I had to get out. And I had my good friend on my outside, Darcy Sutton, who, if he hadn't been a good friend, he wouldn't have let me out, let's just say that. And let me go, and I was able to do a side step and come from, I think, 3rd to take the title about 10 to go.
As I mentioned when I had Peter and John here, John wasn't a tremendous junior athlete, but he definitely made up for that when he was a bit older. Peter won a junior title. Louis, I think your best performance was the 3rd in the 1500 as a junior. He came 4th across the line, but 3rd Aussie as a New Zealand kid. Talk about the transition from becoming a junior athlete to becoming an Australian champion.
I think the hardest part is you run APS, 10,000 people there or whatever, then you go to a national title and might be 1,000 people there. So it is hard to have that transition. But I suppose mine was just driven by my goals. I think always goal setting and stepping stones along the way, and whether that's PBs or places and races, it's just those performances, and as you achieve each goal, you strive to get to the next one. So I didn't find the transition too bad from juniors to seniors. Probably harder. I remember when I did win my nationals, Tim O'Shaughnessy sent me a note, as some of you might know. He said, enjoy the highs and persevere through the lows. Looking back at my career, I think it's something I would now pass on to juniors is do appreciate when you have a good run, enjoy it, don't be afraid to be too modest. You can enjoy it. There are a lot of hard times in athletics. It's getting through, like Rowe was talking about, where he started questioning whether he should keep going. Every athlete goes through that in any sport, and it's getting through that period that the highs are even more enjoyable.
And Alex, you were probably our most successful junior. You came 2nd in the between nationals when you were 15. And Louis won 50 as a 15-year-old, and not 54 when you were 14 or something just like that. and you continued to progress. You won the national under 20 as a 16-year-old and a 17-year-old. Just talk about the pressure of being a really good junior and transitioning into becoming the Eagle Australia record holder.
I guess I wasn't really aware of I guess some of those pressures. You know, going through, I guess I had really good parents that would always keep me quite level and would assure me and say, if you don't want to do apps at any point, you don't have to. And so I guess having that really good home life. As a junior, I was probably rocking up to races with people expecting me to win, but I was probably expecting to win, but deep down I knew that if I didn't win, it didn't matter. It wasn't the end of the world. So I guess having a really good family behind me really helped me not put excess pressure on myself. And I know that the fact that I always had, as Simon was saying, those goals, those daily goals, to simply, all I wanted to do was just get faster and get a little bit better each year. And I knew that if I did that, I would be able to progress and hopefully one day run some very fast times. So for me, it was all about those small improvements that I just wanted to make each and every day.
I asked Peter and John about their biggest regrets and their most fondest memories, so maybe talk us through those two.
The biggest regret was not doing the double when I won nationals. I won the 800, I think I was probably more primed to win the 1500. It's such an achievement for myself to win a nationals that I probably didn't focus on the next race the next day well enough, but in hindsight I wish it would have been a great achievement to get the double. Winning nationals was my greatest moment. Although I was just saying to someone earlier that APS still holds a strong place in my career. You're running from your whole schoolmates, the whole year level, and the whole school actually, and then you do go to these other races. Once you get to the Olympics or Commonwealths, the atmosphere's never the same. Still rate my APS days right up there.
For me, I guess, the most fondest memory I have is equaling the national record. That was an amazing time, but I guess probably one of the most, spirited and most excited that I've actually been, because once I equaled the national record, going into that race, that was the goal, was to hopefully get that record. And once I did, it was almost a relief rather than pure bliss. So I guess probably the greatest feeling that I've had on the track would have been this race that I ran before I equaled the record, where I ran 1 minute 44.74, and it was a race where I remember sitting down about 10 minutes before the race and thinking, I might just sit back and sit back and let a few other people go on the pacemaker, and then I'll make my move. And I then just sat there and said, get some confidence, just go with the pace, go hard, go for it. No one's going to remember if I ran 1 minute 49 that race, but if I do something special, people might remember it or whatever. So I grew the confidence and ran that time, and I really didn't think I would. And I remember crossing the line and just letting out this, roar of emotion, the surprise that I had, and seeing that time on the clock. Biggest regret. There we go. Asking Justin to coach me. No. I don't know. I guess I could say, when I strained my hamstring 3 days before the Commonwealth Games 2014, I guess is the biggest regret that I have. But at the same time, when you're in that moment, you're always thinking that you are doing the right things. I wasn't in that moment thinking, I might be overdoing things here. I wasn't questioning myself. And I guess one of the qualities that made me be able to run that fast was the fact that I didn't question myself. I backed myself 100% in everything that I did. So, having that mentality, I guess, got me the record, but having that mentality also perhaps made me overdo things and try and have it. So.
Let's talk a little bit about training. So tell me about the toughest training sessions you've ever done, and just talk us through the times.
I actually think my toughest training was probably sand dunes. Down to Sorrento and used to do 15 sand dunes, I think that's in Melbourne. By the end, you do the first one in 20 seconds or something, by the last one you're taking 2 minutes, there's no distance. I just find them the hardest, and also running up at Goji at Burnie is always difficult on Sunday morning. On the track, I love the track training. I love that feeling very lactic at the end. I can't really remember the times or whatever, but
I feel like definitely the longer sessions are harder for me, because if I'm doing something on the track, let's say 300-metre repeats, well, for me, yes, obviously the pain is something that makes it hard, but I guess the duration for me is the more significant factor, because you can always build yourself up and say, all right, all I can do is push hard for 40-odd seconds and then it's over. So I guess those sessions that we do on Saturdays where we run 4 by a mile, so not every week we go hard, but some weeks when we do go hard, I guess that last 5 minutes is absolute hell, and you just have to keep pushing. So for me, it's always the long stuff that's more difficult.
And I guess just to finish off, I want to talk a bit about, both of you probably put your education and work up there with your running. So let's talk about how you balance both those things. We've got some students in the room who probably take some advice from you, because I know both of you really well. I remember your wedding party, but I've watched you both over the years balance this tremendously well. So I just want to give some insight on how you do that.
I just found myself personally when I had a busy life, I actually ran my best. When I won nationals, I was working on site at a construction site, starting at 7 in the morning, still training twice a day, most days. But, I just find sometimes if you just sit at home, you just think about it all too much, analyse everything. So it's good to be doing whether it's work, education, or just other interests. I've always found a balanced life major component to my success.
Yeah, for me, I find that when I'm my most busiest, I'm actually a lot more time efficient, and I utilise that time a lot better. So if you send, at the moment I've deferred for the year to concentrate on my running. So if you send me an email or something like that, I might respond to you in probably 2 or 3 days. But well, once I'm at uni and I have some part-time work on, and also run as well, I'd get back to that email, and I'd be on top of things and really be diligent with my time. So I certainly feel that to learn time management skills, you just make yourself busy and you'll learn them on the spot.
Now, are we going to watch that race? Yeah, so we're going to watch the race where Alex equalled the Australian record. As Alex said, I think he ran 1:44.74 about 10 days before this. Had another race in Luzerne and he won that in 1:45.73. So he's running really well. We knew he was a great chance at equaling, well not equaling, but breaking his record. As opposed to the race he ran in Oregon where he went through about 50.8 for the first lap. He had to hang back a bit here because it was his first race against the big boys, so we had to play it safe. I think we're going to watch it here.